You have to start with the first catalog. What should be the exact number? Will you be able to tell me like a certain percentage one should really look into? That really worked well for you. Because I see you have dresses, you have pants, you're also into menswear shirts. So, how do you come up with all that?
When I started off, it was only women's wear. We did like a small collection of about, I think, 18 to 21 styles. um, have your main silhouettes, your main product line, which is your unique silhouettes, your unique cuts and things that you're sure about, and then you could have colorways. Yeah. You could have the shorter, longer version, so that you have that sort of a variety to offer to customer. Like a silhouette has come out beautiful, but then you think, okay, maybe let's try doing like a sleeveless version of this, or maybe the shorter version, a longer version, because this fit is amazing. But we could work with lengths, hemlines, because that will make it more versatile for like people of various heights and sizes. So those accents you can add so that you have more variety covering all shapes, sizes, and silhouettes when you're launching your first collection. But first, have your first, whether it's 8 silhouettes, 10 silhouettes, 15 silhouettes, whatever that number is, have that clear. You can add accents of if you want to just work with dresses because that's your calling, then do just dresses. But if you think that you want to do tops and pants also, then start introducing. For example, when I started, I would not do tops, very few, one or two. But then I realized a lot of people who wanted to wear Khara Kapas, they would come and tell me that, but we want to pick up tops, because you want something that's just on the go. We're just in the mood of clubbing it with a pair of shorts or pants or just jeans. So I realized, okay, let's just start adding those accents. So we started doing that. Then we realized people are always looking for one statement piece trousers or pants. Sometimes you just need that one statement piece. Right. So we started introducing that again to very my personal style, which is like I like certain kind of bottom wear, and I started introducing those silhouettes, and that's how the product category started increasing. Menswear also, it was very natural. Women would come to the store with their men, and sometimes men would come and tell us, "Why don't you have anything for men?" And I was like, okay, I don't know that what kind of menswear would I like to do. Yeah. But then I realized that it should be something that is something that I would see my guy wear, my dad wear, my friends wear, is something that I would probably classic pieces. Obviously, it has to be classic. It cannot be just trendy or fashionable because that's not what Khara Kapas is. It's staple, it's classic, it's evergreen. So we need to come up with shirts like that. So we started doing basic short line for men, but there's a little element of uniqueness in terms of the prints or maybe a certain collar, a certain detailing that we would do, which would be different from run of the mill stuff.
When you said design is very like individual based, right? That your process is going to be yours. Do you want to reflect a little on your process, maybe which we can relate with?
So for me, it all starts with the. As you see, Khara Kapas has a lot of art-driven. Everything is art-driven, and that's because I have like the small studio space where I'm always painting. Um, so I use this medium of painting, which is watercolors, which is very fluid, transparent, and and it happens really quickly. And I've been doing watercolors all my life, and that's why if you see Khara Kapas silhouettes are also like that. Yeah. The kind of fabrics we choose, the kind of prints we do, it's basically a complete. So I paint first. So I make these series of paintings, yeah, lots of them. I would be making about maybe about 8 or 9 in a day when I start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dapping. It happens really quickly. So I make these series of water paintings, and then we have this whole collection. And while that is happening, the silhouettes start running in my mind because I imagine my prints on paper, and then I see, okay, how do we need to put it on garment? What are the kind of silhouettes that will work for it? What are the kind of colors that will go? And that's how we start working on silhouettes, shorter dresses. What are the kind of collar details that will work? What are the kind of ruffles, pleating, delicate finishing, like, pin tucks, or maybe a little bit of ruffles, maybe a little bit of tie-ups. Maybe this would require a bigger hemline, a shorter hemline. So it happens simultaneously. So when we're finally designing, then this is one pile of silhouettes, there is this one pile of watercolors, and there are this one pile of colors of solid fabrics. And then we try putting it all together. It's a mess. The room is a mess when we're doing it. And then we try combining things. Then we experiment with putting one fabric on. So we also now started working with heavier weight cotton. So we try experimenting certain silhouettes on heavier cotton, lighter cotton, what is going to be basis, the season, structure, what are the kind of neckline will go on, what fabric. And it's a lot of experimenting. There's a lot of wearing. I would wear a piece, I would make somebody else wear a piece in my office, and then visually we see, and we are constantly talking with the team, engaging that what is looking good, what neckline is working, what is feeling comfortable, all of that. That's how finally the silhouettes come in play.
And what is the usual duration of creating a catalog?
Oh, it's an ongoing process. So
Okay.
there is a sampling team that's constantly sampling. So it's not a period. This was an ongoing process all year long, 365 days. We are always experimenting with silhouettes, with cuts, with prints, always. So we always have like lots of sample prints, a lot of artwork, a lot of fabrics. And then closer to the season, when we realize, okay, it's time to now launch the collection, then we try putting things together. We might have like 15 to 20 silhouettes ready, and we feel, okay, we need fill-ins. That's when we start thinking, okay, what colors will go here, what colors will go in the next season, what detailings can we add, maybe something from the last season, some evergreen styles that have worked well for us from the beginning, also very receptive. So we keep listening to customers, we keep taking feedback from stores, online feedbacks, that what is it that is working for customers, is certain fit a problem. I'm a different body type, my customer is a different body type, we need to come up with a cut that is something that I really believe in. I feel that I, being a female entrepreneur, female designer, I think for me it's very important that my women feel very comfortable in what they wear. They feel like it feels like second skin, it's comfortable, they feel good about their bodies. If I can do that and I can make clothes for women in all shapes and sizes and in all ages, I feel very happy. I really love it. I have seen the mothers, the daughters wearing the same stuff. Then we have kids who are wearing the mini versions of that. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to be someone who's designing or making clothes only for a certain body type. That for me doesn't work. For example, as I'm aging, even if I'm a certain body type, I may be thin, muscular, or whatever, but I still sometimes don't feel like wearing shorter dresses. I just feel comfortable. There's certain things that maybe it's your mood or it's your age or it's, you just, I feel very fashionable when I'm like wearing longer silhouettes or when I'm covered. Sometimes I want to flaunt my arms, sometimes I want to flaunt my back, but not always. So you need to, for me as a designer, I need to have that variety. So I think it's important that you, when you're starting a brand, you understand that. Who are you catering to? What is it that you want? Who's going to be your market, who's going to be your customer, and then design accordingly,
Yeah.
which changes with age.
If you want us to keep bringing such amazing content and business hacks, please subscribe to our Clips channel, The Sonika Mata Show Clips.